it's Emmy. So it is Monday night, and I was gonna do a video today that would just kind of piggyback on to my FlossTube 19, but that one was like already an hour long, so I figured I didn't want to make it like super duper long. Sorry about the glare. I have my light on over here because I want to do a stitch with me, and just a little bit of an update. So. But I did want to show you guys what I have been working on. Also, I did have one more thing to add to my haul. And I didn't get this yesterday, or 2 days ago, I guess, but I did purchase Queen of Freedom. I love this one. This is going to be my stand-in for Lady of the Flag, because I don't think I'm going to be getting my hands on a Lady of the Flag anytime soon. So she's going to be my sit-in. And I would very much like to start her in July. So I'm excited. I want to, next time I go to Mindy's, which will be Thursday. I want to try to pick out some fabric for her, because and maybe get the flosses that I need. Yeah, I like her. And like I said, she's going to be filling in for, I think, which is probably my unicorn chart, which is Lady of the Flag. I just love that one. I don't know. I love it. Anyways, so I got that. And then I also had an FFO. I had a finish and an FFO. All today, actually. So I finished my small for the Stitchers Come In Halloween Smalls Exchange, which is, we have to like basically send everything, I think, by October 1st. I can't remember. But anyways, so that was my small. It's just a little silhouette of a witch that I did in what is it? Gentle Arts Bittersweet. Oh, there we go. And then I just backstitched it in black 310. And then I just made it into a little mini project bag with some pom-poms. So I hope my partner likes it. And I just did one of those little hidden finishes. But yeah, I actually really like it. I kind of wanted to keep it for myself, but I was like, no, I need to send it and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna put some little goodies in there, and yeah, so that's my swap that my partner will be getting in the fall. And I did make some progress on Field of Fox. It now looks like that. And so we're going to be working on the crow, which is up here right now. I don't really know where I left off life-wise, but whatever. I think I've tried to film this video like 4 times, and each time something happens with iMovie, and so it like shuts down, and then it's just whatever. So if this works, it works great. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold my breath over it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so yeah, I do work tomorrow. I think I told you guys, or at least it's been referenced, that I'm working a lot, which is good, but it also has, I'm going to scoot in a little bit because I feel like I'm like really far back. Ugh. So I'm working a lot. I have 3 jobs, technically. I have so much crap on my desk. Anyways. Ugh. So I work at Cabela's. I work at Loft, and then I also work at Mindy's, which is my LNS. I love Mindy's. I only work 2 days a week. I work Thursday and Friday nights. And I am planning on keeping that one, like, no matter what happens, because it's not like super duper crowded ever. Sometimes, yeah, we will get pretty good customer flow, but there's so much to look at the shop that it's almost like you have to kind of let people just like browse on their own. And so I don't have to like how I have to do at Cabela's, where it's like, hey, how'd that fit? Do you need, because I work in footwear, and so it's like, how'd that fit? Do you need another size? What else can I get you? It's kind of like that constant talking. Mindy's, for the most part, is silent. Hi, baby. What are you doing, girlfriend? Hi, you gonna say hi? Say hi, baby. Say hi. Hi, Jinjin. Hi. Yes, hi. I love you too. It's so funny. She like comes in and checks on me all the time. It's funny. You can go lay down, baby. You can go lay down. Go get daddy. You gonna stay up here? You don't know? Okay. Okay. But anyway, so Mindy's is just like super. It's just really chill. There's always stuff to do, just because like she's always kind of rearranging stuff. There's always like tidying up to do. But it's not that constant. Also, I can sit down, which, I'm used to like being on my feet, for work, but like sometimes Cabela's is just like on my feet for 7 hours. Yeah, and that hurts my feet. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm really liking Mindy's. I've actually only been able to work at Loft once. And it was because Cabela's kind of overloaded me. When I first started there, I was taking over for a guy who was leaving, and so I basically just got like plugged into all of his shifts, which was great. But then literally the next day I was going to Loft to like have my first day of training, and I literally had to be like, I'm sorry, but I'm basically booked until the 1st of July. And for me, it was frustrating because I very much had the intention of doing kind of, Cabela's and Loft equally, and then just having Mindy's. And so it just kind of sucked that I had to basically be like, hi, you hired me, but I can't start for another 2.5 weeks. So it kind of irked me, honestly, that they did that at Cabela's without like double checking with me, like, hey, are you good to go? Kind of a thing. But I mean, it's whatever. I can't do anything about it now. So hopefully I can start having some shifts at Loft, and that will be really cool, because I am really excited about that job. That'll be, again, like just a kind of lower key, because it's not super duper busy. She gets scared. Jinjin! She hears something on TV or something, and so she just like freaks out. She thinks it's real life. And so it's cute, but it's like sometimes it just like takes her so long to like come down from being amped up that it's a little annoying. But anyways, I was actually getting really emotional earlier today, yesterday, the day before that, because so I came from a profession, right? And I'm not saying that working retail isn't a profession. I know plenty of people that do it. It's awesome. But for me, like, I was working 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Or some variation of that. Like even when I was at Junction City, working in the classroom, it was, 7:45 to 3:15 Monday through Friday. And so my schedule was set. I knew it was going to happen. It was routine. There wasn't any like up in the air stuff. And I feel like I've had to do this really big like mental switch in my mind because that's not how it is anymore. And that's okay. But it's, like there are things that, because it was my choice to go back to school, like mine and mine alone. And so, I need to clip this up. It's too big. Sometimes when I'm like, wow, I really wish we could, go to, like our family camping trip that I really want to go to and things like that. It's like, probably not going to be able to. And it sucks because I really want to go to these things, but also in the same vein, I'm going to put you guys down a little bit just because I feel like I'm looking down a lot, and yeah. Like I really want to go to these things, and I really want to like be, spending time with family and all that kind of stuff, but I also really need to work. And that got me really down. That got me really like, why the hell am I doing this? This is stupid. And then I just had to kind of remind myself, like, this is not a forever thing. Like, you're going to have to work these crazy schedules for, 9 months. And then hopefully you will have a full-time teaching job. So, it's annoying, but it's also like, I made this choice. I made this decision to go back to school, and so that's, that's part of it, basically, is, you're going to do whatever you can in order to, yes, make ends meet, but also, this is what it is for the next, 9 months or whatever. And that's helped me a little bit. Just be like, this isn't forever. This isn't my new normal. This is my new normal for, like I said, 9 months. And then hopefully things will get back to, relatively professional things. So that was hard for me. Hard for me to do. But I'm okay now. I think I'm going to have hard days some days, especially if it's like on a day that I really wanted to do something. But I just have to keep reminding myself, like why you're making these sacrifices right now is because you're trying to better your future. And even though sometimes I don't want to hear that crap, that's the truth. And so it's hard. But yeah. So, anyways, that's what I've been dealing with. It also hasn't helped that I started back on a keto diet. I love keto. It has worked for me in the past. My husband and I both lost 25, 30 pounds on it. When we did it basically the very beginning of fall, and it sucked because we were like a month and a half in, 2 months in, and then like the holidays hit because his sister's birthday, my sister-in-law's birthday is November 11th, and then like 10 days later is my husband's birthday on the 21st, and then Thanksgiving, and then my birthday is early December, and then so it was just like bleh. So yeah. We lost like 25, 30 pounds, and we were doing really well, and then we're just like, okay, we can't keep up with this. Like, we're eating out all the time because, it was just like winter and craziness. And so we stopped doing it, and then I did it kind of randomly, but I and I was never really able to like stick with it forever. So beginning of June, I was like, you know what? I'm done with this freaking excess weight. I'm tired of it. Actually, so beginning of May, I started Weight Watchers with my sister-in-law, who was doing Weight Watchers for a while. And I did Weight Watchers for about a month. And then I remembered why, even though I love Weight Watchers and I love what their program is, I remember why I couldn't ever stick with it. And it's because I'm not full on Weight Watchers. I don't get full with the things that I can eat. And so I was like, you know what? I want to go back to keto. It's coming into the summer. It might be a little bit easier for me to stick to it, make my lunches, all that kind of stuff. So June 1st, I started keto. It is now the 24th, and I am down 25 pounds. I feel good. I always have. That was never the problem of keto. I always felt really great on it. Yeah, so this bird is going to kind of be a little wonky. I think I was randomly off a stitch, but we're just going to go with it. It's going to be a freaking crow, and it's going to look amazing. And it's primitive enough that it's kind of like whatever. So yeah, but yeah, so I feel really good. And I like it. I'm not hungry. If you are familiar with the keto diet or taking your body into ketosis, not ketoacidosis, ketosis. They are two very different things. Ketoacidosis is basically what happens when your body doesn't produce insulin, right? And it happens a lot with people who are diabetic. It's not good. Ketosis is basically when you are putting your body in a state of burning fat for energy instead of burning carbs, or burning sugar for energy. So by putting your body in a state of ketosis, if you have excess fat, like moi, you are essentially giving your body a relatively endless supply of fuel. So the diet is basically high fat, moderate to relatively lower levels of protein, and then crazy low carbs. And yeah, I have no appetite, and it's not like it's not like I'm losing my appetite where I feel deprived at all. It's like I'm not hungry. And it's because when I do eat, I make sure that I'm eating proteins and good fats and all that kind of stuff. That's the other thing. I think people think when you say fat, they're like, oh, you just eat potato chips and candy. It's like, no. Yes. Do I eat bacon occasionally? Yes. Do I use real butter? Yes. Do I eat avocado? Yes. Do I eat eggs? Yes. Do I eat, good cheeses? Yes. I'm not eating Kraft Singles. So it's like the things that you're eating are the whole foods of things. There's not a lot of processed stuff. And that's why, yes, it's fat, but it's, I also eat not that much of it. And I think that's the other thing that people are skeptical of, is they're like, people just sit around and eat bacon wrapped in bacon wrapped in bacon. Well, sure, but like you also have your macros, which are like your macronutrients, where you try to follow, which very much plan out your levels of carbs and fat and protein, and you try to stick with that on a daily basis, and so you're not just like eating 3 pounds of bacon in a day. so, I don't know. People have their own issues about it. I feel like it works for me, and I feel great, and so I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Anywho. What else? I'm going to New York. I might have talked about that a little bit in my last video, but I'm going to New York I can have Diet Pepsi too on keto, so there you go. I'm going to New York, if I can finish this sentence, July 20th through 27th for a kind of family vacation. So my father-in-law's mother and father are both from Penn Yan, New York, which is kind of close to Rochester. So we're flying into Rochester, and I posted, I think, on Stitch Mania if anyone knew any LNSs in Rochester, New York, because we were going to be there for a couple days without, like a ton of stuff to do. And someone did message me back, so that was very helpful. Thank you for that. So I'm going to plan that one in my schedule. And then, so we're going to spend 3 days in kind of like the Rochester, Penn Yan areas. And then we're going to fly, I think, from Rochester into LaGuardia, I think. And then spend 3 days, or I guess Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then Saturday morning. And we're going to fly out back home Saturday morning. I have everything planned out because I am a planner. And so we're going to try to see as much of the city as we can, while also, giving each of us time to kind of do our own thing. I'm a museum gal, so it's like, I want to see the American Museum of History, or American Museum of Natural History. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember, but I'm seeing it, so it doesn't even matter. We're gonna go eat at Tavern on the Green Friday morning, and then we're just gonna kind of have like a free day on Friday to do kind of whatever groups of us wanted. So we're gonna do the whole Lower Manhattan, the 9/11 Memorial, Ellis Island, Statue of Liberty, all that on Wednesday, and then we're gonna kind of do like Midtown and Empire State Building and Times Square and all that. Thursday we're gonna do one of those kind of bus tours and stuff. So we have it all planned out to where it should be pretty good. I have us relatively busy, but I feel like it's one of those like you gotta kind of do it that way. That's how I had our trips to Europe planned out as well. Just like you gotta get in as much as you can, and that's it. But it was fine. We had a ton of fun in London and in Europe. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited. Right after that, I get home on a Saturday. We basically go Saturday to Saturday, and then that Tuesday I leave for a conference, which is relatively local. It's in Bend, which is about 2 hours away east, and so I'm excited. It's an educational conference, and so I'm excited to go to that and just kind of shift gears because hopefully in late August, I want to try to take my first test to see. It's the test I have to take basically if and when I become licensed. It's the test I'm going to have to take. It's content area test. I'm not as worried about the language arts one. I'm very worried about the history one. Just because, for me teaching middle school potentially, there's stuff on the test that I wouldn't ever come in contact with. And I think nowadays specifically, yes, I understand that you have to have a knowledge of history, but at the same time, um, all the knowledge that I'm going to be teaching is going to be at my fingertips and is going to be in textbooks. And, it's frustrating because I would much rather be spending time on my classes and focusing on my student teaching and how I can be more helpful there than studying for a test that is literally the exact opposite way that we are learning how to become teachers, which is, you don't want to have people learn something and memorize it and then regurgitate it. That's like the complete wrong way to teach anything. So the fact that I'm studying for a test where I will do just that is a little irritating. So that's my 2 cents about it. Yeah. So there you go. But I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of the last hurdle to like get my license. They do have a middle school only test, but I feel like if I'm gonna get licensed in secondary, I need to be able to teach middle or high school just for job opportunity wise. I would like middle schoolers, obviously. I think I've said that before, but it's whatever. I do have my placement, which is nice, where I'm going to be doing my student teaching. It's actually the teacher that I was with my first term. And so I know enough about her classroom that I feel pretty comfortable. It's the one that I'm going to basically be taking over in January. So I kind of wish I had someone completely new just for that experience, but I also am, excited that it's going to be with. I really enjoyed working with that teacher. She was really nice. Our styles were a little bit different. She was definitely more kind of old school, but I think sometimes that's a good mix of things. So yeah. What else? I'm trying to think of what else. I'm almost done with this bird, and then I'm probably gonna go to bed. And then all I have is the sign and the little grassy areas. Actually, I might do the little grassy areas tonight because it's literally just like one stitch here and there. But I gotta finish this bird first. But I'm getting close. Like them? Doesn't it look good? Let's see. Where am I? Oh, right there. Okay. Husband's doing well. His firm is moving. Oh, I know. I was like, what did I just do there? I went straight down. That's not gonna work. Yeah, his firm is moving. They just moved like a year and a half ago, I think. So he's not excited to move again. But the spot that his boss found now is like literally less than a mile away from where we live. So he's excited to have it be so close. And it is in a better, he's in finance, so he does financial planning. And so, for client wise, I think it'll be a lot easier having their office kind of more centrally located, I guess. They were basically over by campus, or they are over by campus, and it's just like, it's just not not a real accessible place for some of their clients, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, he's excited. He thinks they're going to do that like in the fall, I think. So it's getting there, but everything's kind of like getting finalized and stuff. So it'll be cool when it happens.